For demographics part A, we are also going to be using just the information for the participant that was selected above in the participant type area of the survey. We are not going to report on any other samples in the case of multiple samples. In our religious coping article, we have our Asian American undergraduate student sample that we're going to be using. Demographics part A is going to focus on gender and ethnicity breakdowns, reporting on sample sizes and percents. So our authors reported there were 107 research participants in their final sample, and 70 of them were female. So we are going to have to pull out our handy dandy calculator and get that percentage, which would be 65.4. You can always multiply by 100 to make that easier. Now in this case, the authors have also not specifically reported the number of male participants. So we will assume that the rest of the 37 are male. If male and female are reported and the percentages do not add up to 100%, you don't need to worry. There may be some missing information. Respondents may have not answered or may have been coded wrong and so forth. So for our 37 assumed males, that will be 34.6%. And for ethnicity and racial breakdown, so we know that these students are all Asian Americans, which would fall under the Asian American portion of the sample category here. We would say 100% of the 107 participants were Asian American. Now you may say, well, there are specified numbers of Koreans, Chinese, Filipino, Japanese, etc. students. We are not going to report on the specific subcategories of these broader ethnic and racial categories. So for example, if this study listed 80% white participants, 10% black, and then 5% Vietnamese, 5% Chinese American, we would not report Chinese and Vietnamese American separate from one another. We would combine them into this Asian American category here. Now, other and combined minority groups is here in case there are categories that do not fit into any of these other categories if they are reported by the authors. For example, some studies will list Jewish participants, or you could have a general non-white category, or you can have a combined minority group category, such as biracial or multiracial. If those are reported, type in the name as reported in the article, and then report the percentage and sample size.